Hi, my name is Max, and I'm gonna be going over my worst Valorant VOD I've ever had. Like, this is one of the worst games I've had of Valorant in all of playing. I think I ended 4-19 or something, and I average above 20, so it's ridiculous. And so I want to go through and be a better player. You see all athletes do this. You see people do this in football, baseball, and everything. They go over and they review why they made the mistakes and how, more importantly, how they can improve on them. So I want to go step by step and pretty much just watch the whole game and the highlights and understand what I did correctly and, more importantly, what I did wrong. And I did a lot of stuff wrong. And so this mindset, I think, is important for me to get better at the game, and this will be helpful for me and for you as a viewer if you want to learn some insights, because I like to think I'm good at this game usually. Like, I got Diamond 2 in the beta. Like, I can frag out, but this game I just wasn't feeling it, and so I'd like to dive into it and see why. Holding garage here is pretty standard play. It's not bad, just watching the push. I could get pushed from C long here, but it's pretty unlikely first round for me to do that. Right here is where it starts to go bad. There's a brim backside. I don't even lit 90 I don't even bother to check it, is the problem. So the issue is that I didn't even check behind me when I really should have. That brim, it was an easy kill if I peek him first, but for some reason I'm watching the smoke push. I don't need to be watching the smoke push. The whole reason of the smoke is that they're less likely to push through it. I should clear sight and then watch the push through the smoke. That was just dumb on my part, not starting off the game well. Pretty standard buy. I don't know about the Bulldog second round, because then you have like a mediocre gun third round. Smoke seats, that CT smoke's not very good. I should smoke deeper to the right, because the issue with that is the smoke, what it allow you to do is it makes it much harder to push into sight when it's more in the cubby, and I pushed it out to where it allows them to walk out more than it needs to, so that was my bad. Here's where it starts to get interesting, and I start to make a lot of mistakes. So we know one's coming garage. Lars, their Cypher. By the way, he goes on to get 33 kills. He was feeling it this game. So I only have two angles to worry about. I have long and CT. I should play with our Sage, Kyle, or Spec. We should swing together on the guy garage, or at least hold the angle and take the 2-on-1. And if we win that 2-on-1, then we have another 2-on-1 against the brim. But even if we get traded, it's better than taking two 1-on-1s, because then you get a 2-on-1 and a 1-on-1, which is a better odds of winning. But I don't play with Kyle. I worry about the CT guy, because I hear him starting to break the wall, and so I figure I can flash him here, and he's blind. Like 100% he's blind, because he doesn't push, he shot his molly, he has to be blind. But I'm not paying attention, and the Cypher comes out CT, you can see on the mini-map, and just destroys me, because he's peeking me right now, and I have no idea, because I'm just not even looking at it. So what I should have done there is played with our Sage and swung together, or held the angle together, and then took on the brim, either in a 1-on-1 or a 2-on-1. So right here, two of my teammates go down. And so usually when two teammates go down, the rest of the map pushes, because it's pretty obvious where they're going. So I should have an easy kill here. What I should do is just sit behind this door and wait for them to run out with their knife, or just peek the door in general, because when he comes through the door, he has way more angles to peek. He has to peek garage, close right, behind the box, hay bale. He has a lot of angles to peek. But when I peek him like this, I give him the 1-on-1 fight. I give him the one angle he has to look at, because that's the only place I could be that he could see is in the doorway. Or I guess I could be behind the box, but it's the same angle. And so I gave him that fight for no reason. I should have just waited for have him push out, because then he has to clear multiple angles, giving me a better advantage. But instead, I give him the 1-on-1 fight like this, and I just get out aim there. And that comes also back to not warming up. I just got in the game without practice, without warming up my aim at all. I tried to do a little self-deprecating humor to keep the mood light, but it isn't always great. Sometimes it just makes you feel worse. I gotta work on balancing that. I talk a little too much in game. I should be more quiet, because the more you speak, the harder it is for you to focus on other things, because you're dividing your brain into multiple regions for no reason. I hold this angle all the time, from top garden to top short. And for some reason, it hasn't clicked in my head yet to aim higher. So I always aim at their body. So when the brim peeks this, I'm aiming at his torso. Obvious disadvantage. And he has the advantage there of only showing his like waist up, and he can see my whole body pretty much. So I'm already at a shit out of luck when it comes to that. And so I should try to play a more precarious position, because that's the first thing you're going to peek. If I'm peeking short, peeking garden, that's the first thing I'm looking at. And so I shouldn't give that enemy that advantage when he pushes like that. I should hold a little off angle, maybe wait for him to swing a little more out to the left, hug on that right wall maybe. There's a couple things I could have done there. And the most important thing is aim at the head. I got to work on my crosshair placement for the most likely positions that they peek. Okay, so let me break down exactly what goes wrong here. Our Sage reses the Sova. But if you notice my smoke, I smoked the middle of the door. I didn't smoke deep in a little more. I smoked the middle of it. That allows the Cypher to not only walk into the smoke, but use it as a way to peek instead of just peeking the one angle. This gives him multiple options and a little more distance to travel in comparison to just the door angle to peek. And so I let him swing out way more, allowing not only to kill me, but the Sova. So this is 100% my fault he gets these 2 kills. It doesn't help that I just completely whiff, because he swings and just destroys me. Our Phoenix gets tagged by the tripwire. I have 2 options here. I can basically bait my teammate, which is what I end up doing, because I know that the Cypher is going to swing, and because why would you not? It's kind of a free kill. If you swing and peek the guy tripwired, you know exactly where it is. It's just a swing out, pop in the head, dead. So I, in my mind, think if he does that, I can get the kill on the Cypher before he kills him, which is not only less likely because I'm bad right now, but he has the much advantage because he is the advantage here because he can see the Phoenix before I can see him. The other option is to shoot the tripwire for him, which is really what I should have done, because then it becomes a 2-on-1. And yes, my aim might not be on him at the start when he peeks, but his aim is going to be where the Phoenix was, so I have time to reset. So the teammate thing, the better thing overall, the safer option would have been to shoot the tripwire for the Phoenix. Peak sight, he's at 50, he's 1 HP, 1 HP sight, 1 HP sight. I also make a bad call. I say he's 1 HP sight, but in reality, I only hit him once. So I get flashed by the breach and I'm stuck in the cubby. They know I'm there too, or at least I know I'm up long. And I know there's a breach there, so I should assume I should get aftershock. There's also a raise, there's a lot of things that could kill me right now. But I kind of stand there, wait for the push, but why would they push me there? What I really should have done is immediately teleported over to Dragon. Because not only would that have gotten me to safety, but the teleport might have discombobulated them and made me thought I was doing something different. So that's what I should have done there, instead of that. I think I could have stayed in the corner too. I don't think I even needed to get out of there. I know this one close short. I flash and teleport across. Not a bad move, because what that means is not only does it clear if someone's holding close right, it doesn't clear it, but they're blind, so when I teleport, I have a free kill basically. Because that's the only angle you have to worry about when you teleport, is someone in that corner. But the issue is, I'm now stuck here because I can't get back to short and it's a 2-on-5. So that would have worked if it was a 4-on-5 still, because we could have pushed sight together, but now it's a 2-on-5, and so it's way easier for them to pick me together. I kill the breach there, fine shot, nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's perfect. But what I should have done here is, I have the teleport omen for a reason. I should have teleported back to short, I should have thrown a smoke, I should have changed my condition as it was, because when you leave yourself in the same spot you just were, they know exactly where to peek you and how to peek you. And if I swing out to the left, that doesn't work either, because not only am I exposing myself to 2 different angles, CT and front sight, and so I'm kind of screwing myself by standing here. So the 2 options would be to smoke close and move, or smoke back sight, smoke front sight, or teleport to short. I had a lot of options, but I chose the worst one, which was to stand there. Yeah, I just exposed myself to 2 angles there. I'm making it harder on myself. Whenever you do aimbots, the easiest shots to hit are the ones where you only have to move your crosshair a little bit. But when you swing like that and you have 3 angles to watch, heaven, front sight, and CT, you're making it way harder on yourself, because then you have to do these crazy flicks, and you're also peeking multiple enemies at the same time, which is making it impossible for yourself. So I really have to work on peeking one angle at a time and realizing my options in a situation, and just whiff. Just whiff. Okay, so many problems with that. I'm whiffing, I acknowledge that, but I also wide swing with a scout. Why would I do that? If you miss and you wide swing with a scout, you're dead. If you miss and wide swing with an AK, you're more okay because you can shoot multiple shots. There's no reason to wide swing there. Just take the one-on-one, because then I had 2 people peek me instead of just worrying about the breach. It was ridiculous, a ridiculous situation that I put myself in. Oh, it's only this cipher. Only this cipher. That's not the mindset I should have when I take a site. I shouldn't say only this cipher. I should treat every enemy like they're Kenny-esque. Like, it shouldn't be that in my mind. I do good smokes, especially considering we're coming from only C long. This teleport right here isn't a bad play, but it's kind of obvious that's where I am. Dude, this guy is just digging me. I set myself up for failure there. I teleport, a pretty obvious location. A little better one might have been in the smoke and garage, maybe. That would have been a little better. I could have done a front sight, because it's very unlikely he's going to be watching that angle. Or I could have just not ulted it at all. I really should have just pushed with my team there. It was 5 there, just get the trades. That would have been the way to do it. Instead, I teleport back sight, which is not only obvious, he can hear that. The Cypher hears and knows exactly where I am, but I don't peek him afterwards. I stay where he heard me. So he just peeks where the sound cue was and knows where I am. I should do something different. I should flash, I should teleport, I should smoke, I should at least swing him. I have all these options to do, and I stand there, I freeze. And I'm starting to notice that's my biggest issue, is I don't think. I have trouble, I just don't play smart when when I snowball worse and worse. It's not because my aim is getting worse and worse. That is an issue, but it's because I stop playing smart. I stop making good decisions. And it's not always because I'm making overly aggressive decisions. I'm just not playing to the best of my ability. And that's another thing I really need to work on. Look at my score, I'm 2-9. I was getting a little frustrated at this point. Light Armor Guardian isn't a terrible buy. But that's good if you're feeling your aim and you're having a good day with one taps. But I was doing terrible. I really should have done Bulldog and full armor. So right here, she's out. I peek the Raze, get a dink, finishes, working together with my team. That's great. I'm only peeking one angle at a time. I'm only giving up a little of my head. It was not a bad play right there. These dinks? I hear an op shot from mid there, so I know there's an op or mid, and I haven't fully, like, in my head mastered the timings of how long in between shots it is. And so for some reason I think it's way longer than it is, and I peek mid, but he has plenty of time to recock his shot there. I'm playing like an idiot, and so I guess wide swing an opera like that. I don't need to scope there either. I'm just making it harder for myself. I'm slowing down my movement, making it an easier shot for him. And so he just has a free kill. Why would I swing like that? That was just dumb. And that's what this is coming down to. It's not necessarily my bad aim, and it's not necessarily my mood. I'm actually keeping a pretty positive mindset this whole game. I know I'm frustrated, but I'm trying to understand why I'm losing and trying to fix it mid-game. It's because I'm playing dumb. I'm making dumb decisions. Why would I wide swing an op there with no utility? Why would I scope? I didn't need to scope there. There were a lot of things I could have done differently. Down by 4. This is doable. Okay, I'm keeping a positive attitude, which is good. That's usually people are really negative when they're 3-10 and losing by 4, but that's what I found I've been doing a really good job on, is keeping a positive attitude and trying to understand how I can play better. I buy a Ghost, not bad for first round, especially when holding C long, because you got a lot of range with it. You can get the one taps. Not a bad decision at all. So this position, we don't exactly know where they're going. They got 1 kill in garage, so we know there's at least 1 in there, and there's 1 out B right now. There's a Raze pushing out. I'm pretty sure we killed the Raze. Raze is dead. So as soon as I see the Raze is dead, I should hold C, because if the Raze is dead and there's 1 in garage, and they not only is it smoked in mid, but there's a wall there, they're probably looking towards C since they have garage control. So what I should do here is I should flash garage alley, or I should hold back sight, or I should stay where I am. I shouldn't be, I didn't think about where they were going. In my head, I 100% thought they'd be going B here. So I peek garage here expecting no one to be there, and I'm planning to start walking up. But I don't realize that not only was there one already in garage, I knew that, I guess kind of blanked on it, but our B hold was they shut it down B. So I shouldn't have peeked garage here, because I'm peeking in the open. I'm giving them a whole open turkey Thanksgiving feast. I don't need to do that. I should hold back sight, because when they walk out sight, it's way harder. They have to clear so many different angles. But when I peek like this, I'm giving him one angle to look at, because that's the only angle he needs to clear. So the right thing to do here would have been to play wood, back sight, back plat, and peek as they come out, not peek them when they're still in garage. That was a dumb decision. I just whiff another shot. I body him there. Not a bad 1v1 to take, but I'm missing, and that's the issue. I played that pretty well, because I waited, he messed up the cage, so I kind of peeked with that, and I saw him getting the orb, and I knew I could play around his cage to give me the advantage there. That way I can peek him, and he is kind of stuck waiting for me to peek. But instead, I just whiff, and that's where it comes down to, because if you play everything else correctly, if you have the smarts, if you peek well, if you have a good attitude, if you can't aim, it doesn't matter. So I have to make that a daily routine, and I can even do it on stream. I don't know why I don't stream it. I should warm up. I should spend an hour doing an aim trainer, getting my aim all nice and crisp. That way I feel confident in every fight, and I can hit shots like that. Oh, it's my fault. It's my fault. Yeah, Max, that was your fault. That really was your fault. Okay, what I should have done here. This is when I need to not use Omen's new smoke setup. I need to use his old one, where you can see where it's going and you don't have to like put away your whole, like I can still see in front of me. When you do that new mode, it's cool because you can see exactly where you want it to go, behind walls and stuff, but I really need to be holding the angle there. And so what I could do is be backside a little bit and just watch the push out with the smoke. I could have smoked earlier. But going into that mode and sitting backside for so long allows someone to walk up. And I should have also realized that if he's getting picks on C like that, if he's getting picks in garage, he gets 2 kills, I should assume one's going to be coming garage. So honestly, I should have just held this angle. I shouldn't have re-smoked it. I should have just held. That would have been the smart thing to do. Another reason to smoke deep too, if I smoke, I realize when I smoke short, close, long like that, it allows them to walk up and cubby and do stuff like that. I really should smoke deeper long. It allows them to get the orb, but it also prevents them even getting into cubby, and it delays them much longer. That's what I really should have done there. Oh, it's my fault. It's my fault. It's my fault. It's my fault. And that is my last kill. That is my last kill of the match, is completely baiting my teammate, a guy with a scout who had no idea I was there. Really not the best game I've ever had. So I'm still messing it up and smoking deep sea. I peek into his shots. I know not to do that. I know when they're shooting and bursting like that, don't peek again. That's ridiculous. He could walk out the smoke right now. I wasn't walking the exit. Now I am. They're out garage. I'm not even paying attention to my call-outs. My friends are saying, they're saying garage alley. They have garage control, and it doesn't register in my mind that they can be up garage. And I jump up on the plat and just get destroyed. I'm setting myself up for failure in every one of these fights, and that is not how you get to 100 Thieves by 2021. This flash I do is really good because I know that since they revealed me, they probably walk up garage there because they know it's only me, C, and I am the worst player in the team right now. So that flash is really good because it takes up the whole alleyway, slowing a push, and they know where my location was, so I had to move anyway. I pushed into the smoke. Good play, because if they're in that smoke already and they're nearsighted, no, I don't. That's a dumb play, actually. Because yes, they're blind, but it's nearsighted. So if it doesn't matter if I walk in that smoke, they can see me in that range. So I know they're gonna take B here. Flash is good here because I flash the entrance and I blind 2. I blind the Cypher on the left and the Raze on the right. But even though they're blind, I hold the push. I wait for it. I try to wallbang the Cypher. I should have swung the Cypher because he can't see me. That would have been the smarter decision to do. I could have re-smoked, but they were blind. I should have just peeked them, but instead I let them reset, and then it becomes a 2-on-1 again. I walk into the Cypher cage and make the sound. That means she knows I'm either in the cage or touched the cage. So I should have relocated, because then she knew exactly where I was. It wasn't smart. Peeks me and taps me. The worst game of Valorant I've ever had. I went 4-18, but I'm not that upset about it because I know why I went 4-18. I know everything I did wrong, and I know how to improve it. When you take the SAT and you get a 600, and then you go through the test with the professor or the tutor or whatever, and you understand why you got each answer wrong, you can double your points. You can double your ability, your skill, your level there, because you understand what you did wrong, and more importantly, you know how to improve on it. So that mindset is the mindset I need to have going into Valorant and higher levels. I understand why I did bad. I know what I need to fix, and I can improve on it. Thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. You can watch me on Twitch at Mighty Fine Moran, or subscribe to my YouTube, Instagram, whatever you're feeling. Thank you so much. Please have a great day, and I'll probably make more videos like this if you guys like it. Thank you.